Hello, hello, friends. So sorry, getting everything all finalized for tonight's Facebook Live. Apologize about any sort of moving and shifting. I just got to make sure all of my camera and my iPad are all ready to go. If you are stopping by, drop a quick comment just to say hello. We'll get started in just about a minute or so. Let everyone kind of trickle in. I hope everyone's having a wonderful evening. Hello, Dawn. Oh, you are so sweet. I gotta be honest. So I love this card too. So this card was not the easiest for me to photograph because when you look at it straight on, it gives like the pumpkins a very dark sort of look. So I wanted to make sure I took like 5 or 6 photos of this card to get it from all these different angles because I just wanted to capture all of this orange, this carrot orange foil goodness that I adore. And of course I love the pops of all the turquoise colors going on too. So I don't know why. Okay, my orientation is all okay. On my phone, though, it looks a little different. Don't know why that is, but that's okay. I just want to make sure you guys can see everything where it's in normal landscape mode. Nothing looks out of sorts, correct? Hello, Cindy. Yeah, I'm just looking at my phone right now and the screen just looks different than it normally does for live. So I hope we're good to go and everything's okay. All right. So welcome, friends. I hope you all are having a wonderful Wednesday night. Of course, it is hump day. We are halfway through our week. I am thrilled by that. So I am good to go. And then Dawn says looks good. So all right, so I think we're good to go. So we are having a pumpkin spice themed week over here at ThermOWeb. What that means is all of the projects that the paper and fabric education team are creating all kind of revolve around pumpkins. And I recently got this stencil, which is the pumpkin patch stencil from Newton's Nooks Designs. And I just kind of wanted to run with it. I love this stencil. I think it's gorgeous. I thought it would look really good foiled. So that's kind of what I wanted to run with tonight. So we're going to do a little bit of flocking, a little bit of foiling, a little bit of glitzing, and we're going to have lots of fun tonight, I promise. And stick around towards the end. We have an awesome giveaway planned, and we're giving away 5 of the products that I'm using in tonight's live. So that's really awesome. But what I want to work on first, because I want to give it a little bit of time to dry, we are going to work on the part of this with the teal flock and this little sentiment square as well. So let's go ahead. We're going to get into it. So what I've gone ahead and done is I have taken the Teal Waters flock from Decofoil, and I have used the Art Impressions Rounded Rectangle A2 Double Stitch dies, and I believe it's this one right here. You can always kind of line it up and see which one it is. Yep, I use this die just to die cut out my shape. And what I want to do first with this is I want to get into just a little bit of ink blending. So I've got some Distress ink, and I've got Uncharted Mariner ready to go. And we're going to go ahead and just kind of lightly distress those edges. Uncharted Mariner is a great color to use if you're looking to make your Teal Waters flock just look a little darker than it is. That's exactly what I wanted. Oh, how exciting, Julia. We've got our Queen of Halloween. Probably getting awesome photos taken. Welcome, welcome. So we're just doing a little bit of ink blending. And hello, Carletta, and hello, Julie. So like I said, we're just kind of going in, adding a little bit of this Uncharted Mariner to get those edges nice and distressed. All right. Perfect. And it's a little sloppy. It's not as clean as I would look, but a lot of it's getting covered up, so I'm not so worried. But as you can see with this, the center, you can still see that teal water's color peeping through, but the edges are just a little bit darker. And that's gonna help me with my final card that I'm making. So the next, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab a stencil, and this is one of the layers of the Argyle stencil from Newton's Nooks Designs. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is I've got some pixie tape, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna just line this up. Now I'm not using any pixie spray on this just because I didn't want it to pick up any of the flock, just because the flock can be a little fickle when it comes to adhesives like that. So I'm trying to line it up as best as I can. I think that's pretty good. I'm using my pixie tape. I'm gonna go ahead and adhere that down. All right. Perfect. Now we're gonna go in, I'm gonna grab some Turquoise Sea Glitz Glitter Gel by Gina K Designs, and we're actually gonna put a piece of paper over it just because that's gonna help me keep it nice and clean. So I'm gonna go ahead, we're gonna get a little bit of the Turquoise Sea Glitz Glitter Gel. Mine is a little bit drier than what it is when it's brand new, but I just kind of want to use it because of how I'm using it for this card. I don't need it to be super smooth, and I'm trying to utilize whatever I can before I go and move on to my next jar. But that's going to be soon, I think. We're getting a nice good transfer with this Turquoise Sea Glitz Glitter Gel. And I love that you can use the Glitz Glitter Gel on top of your flocks. It adds for a really fun use of the product. All right, let's go ahead, cleaning that off camera. Let's go ahead and get rid of our tool. Perfect. And we'll do a little peel reveal. Just like that. Awesome. So now I've just got this nice little Argyle print of like this diamond pattern on my Decofoil flock, which I love. And then just so you guys know, this Turquoise Sea Glitz Glitter Gel and this Teal Waters flock is going to be part of tonight's giveaway package. We've got 5 awesome items that we're going to be giving away. We'll be sure to give you more details as we get a little further into the live. I agree, Dawn. I love that tone-on-tone sparkle. And Julie, I'm glad you're able to join as well. All right, let's move this off to the side and move it over here. All right. I'm a little crunched for space today, and that is A-okay. So I apologize as I'm moving things around. Been working on a handful of projects, so that usually happens. Got another piece of paper that I'm going to go ahead and need. Now let's go ahead. Let's start working on that background. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I am going to clean up my workspace really quickly. Get rid of all of that Uncharted Mariner Distress ink. Yes, Cindy, you totally can add the Glitz Glitter Gel to your flocks. It makes it super fun. All right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna work on that pumpkin background, and I'm gonna show you guys how I put it together. And I've already got one layer ready to go that's all dry because we are using some of our Transfer Gel Blanco. That can take a little bit of time to dry, but we're gonna go ahead and just dive right into it. I'm realizing I don't need that quite yet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab some Hickory Smoke Distress Oxide ink, and I'm gonna go in, got my foam blender, gonna dab off the excess, and I'm gonna start from off the paper, and I'm just gonna kind of go into ink blend, distressing those edges. Just to get a nice smooth blend. All right, gonna move it. And I'm blending this on white, what I call blending cardstock. This is the Strathmore Bristol Smooth Series 300 cardstock. It is fantastic when it comes to blending with your oxides, like what I'm doing right now. I just refer to it as blending cardstock because I only use it for blending, but I know it's got other use as well. I did want to take a quick moment to remind you guys the end of the month is upon us, where I can't believe we're already at the 26th of October. But with what the end of the month brings is the end of our October Facebook challenge. We are having a Halloween trick-or-treat spooky fun theme going on. So if you have any projects that you have created or planning to create by the end of the month, please be sure to put them into the ThermOWeb album for our October 2022 challenge. And our winner is going to win a $31 gift card for the ThermOWeb website. So it's really easy. You just got to find where the albums are on the group. We have an album. It's one of the first couple albums that you'll be able to find. And all you've got to do is add your listing to it and make sure it's got a visible ThermOWeb product that you're using. We've already got some fantastic entries. All right. I know, how can it be so close to the end of the month? And Margaret, I'm sorry that you had issues finding the live link. Typically what we do with the live, we just start right here in the craft room group, and we just go live at 7 o'clock. We use the event as a way just so you guys can set a reminder, so Facebook will notify you when the event that you're attending is beginning, and then we do it in the group. So sorry if that was a little confusing. What we're going to do next is we're going to go ahead and just spritz a little, or flick a little bit of water on. All right. Thank you so much, Julia. Julia is always the best when it comes to sharing the links whenever I'm talking about an event or a product. I love it. Thank you so much. All right, so I've got those little bleach marks that you can see. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to take some of my Hickory Smoke Distress Oxide ink and I'm going to smudge it onto this block, just like that. And we're going to use a little bit of water. Oh, I'm sure she loves the Duo Gel. All right, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna use a brush, and I'm just gonna go ahead and flick some of this wet Distress Oxide Hickory Smoke ink onto the panel. And this is gonna give a really nice splattered effect. And actually what I think I'm gonna do, because it gets me a little bit of a better turnout, I'm gonna tap it against an acrylic block. Perfect. All right. Let's go ahead. We'll clean this off. And I think what we're going to go ahead and do next is we're going to go ahead and we're going to heat set this, just because I want to kind of expedite the process of these splatters drying. I agree, Dawn. I think that splatter tip really helps. It gives you a little bit more of a smaller, controlled splatter, which I really like. I just want to make sure that everything is nice and dry because it's going to smear if I don't let it dry. Hello, Lois. Thanks so much for stopping by. Oh, it's picking up my heat gun and not the panel. I'm so sorry. Moving it down a little bit so we don't have a problem. We're getting there, only a little bit left. I know this takes a little bit of time. I just can't help myself but use these splatters. Hello, Kathy from Minnesota. Hope you're having a great evening. Thanks so much for stopping by. All right, I already see these drying up. This makes me so happy. All right, let's make sure we're good to go. And I think we are. All right. Go ahead and we'll dry this off. And we'll get to stencil paling with our Blanco. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is there it is. Grab my splatter box. Get that ready to go. Put a piece of paper inside of it. And then what I wanna do is I've got my panel inside and I'm gonna grab some of my pixie spray. Hello, Kelly, and hello, Margaret. You know, Angela, I just didn't want to disturb it. Moving it around is probably going to give you a better transfer of heat. Just for my sake, I was trying to keep my hands free. All right, so that's actually not what I'm putting in there. I'm putting my stencil for the pumpkin patch stencil in there. Oh, I almost sprayed the wrong thing. All right, so we're going to go ahead and spray a quick little thing of pixie spray. My stencil is already a little tacky from the last time that I used the pixie spray, so I didn't want to do too much. But this is going to help get this stencil really nicely adhered to my panel when I'm doing my stencil gel over it for the Transfer Gel Blanco. But it's a temporary adhesive, so it'll be really easy to peel off as well. And hello, Lorraine. Margaret, I agree. This stencil is so pretty. I know somebody on the paper education team had used this once before a while back, and I just couldn't help myself. I love it. I think it was used before with glitz gel, and I'm like, you know what, we're going to use it with some foil. All right, what was the color of the oxide that you made the splatters with? It is Hickory Smoke Distress Oxide. All right, so let's go ahead, put this panel down. And then just kind of get this into position like that. That works perfectly. And see, it's gonna adhere really nicely. And I like to use the paper just underneath because it's a very easy cleanup for me when I'm doing a Facebook Live. Otherwise, I like to do it on my glass mat, but I just think this is easier. All right, so let's go ahead. I've got my Transfer Gel Blanco and I've got one of my spreading tools. And this is kind of a little bit more of a detailed stencil with a lot of open spaces. So I'm gonna be a little bit more generous with my initial use of this Blanco gel. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's grab a stencil pal and let's see. All right. Well, you know what? Almost one good push through is all you need with it, but just kind of going in carefully, making sure to get a nice spread. All right, actually that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and take that extra off. All right, I'm gonna put that in my pan of water. Oh, got bubbles from the water. And let's do a peel reveal. Oop, my bad. Let's go ahead and just like that. All right. See, I got a really nice clean transfer, and that pixie spray is really what helped me get there. So let's go ahead. We're going to remove this from the panel, and I'm going to set this aside to dry. Perfect. All right, we're going to throw this away. We're going to clean up just a wee little bit. Thank you so much, Julie. I love this stencil, and I'm just so excited to use it with you guys again tonight. But I have a panel that is already dried and ready to go with that Transfer Gel Blanco. Using the exact same background. You got to have one dry and ready to go for you guys, you know? Oh, Margaret, thank you so much. I promise it is easy. I promise you just got to get the right things to adhere your stencil to your panel. That helps a lot. And then I tell you, those stencil pals really make getting those nice clean lines really simple. Let's see, hold on. So I know I missed a couple people jumping in. Hello, Lynn. I'm just going to take a moment to catch up on comments. And then Rose, if I didn't say hello to you already, hello and welcome. And hello, Lorraine as well. Lorraine, does ThermOWeb sell these? If you were talking about the Stencil Pal, yes. The Stencil Pal is this white item that you can use to spread your pastes over stencils. They come in a 2-pack. They're $4.99 for a 2-pack. They're really easy just to sneak into your cart the next time you're shopping. So yes, they are available on the ThermOWeb website. And then Dina joined late. We'll have to rewatch from the beginning. Not a problem at all. And yes, I'm glad you're joining us, Dina. With being a newbie, we've got a lot of fun tips to be found here on our Facebook Lives, but also on our YouTube channel and the Facebook group as well. So thank you for being here. And then Dawn says, makes me think of the cool white pumpkins I see at the grocery store. Yes, even the white Blanco gel looks good with that stencil. I agree, Dawn. I kind of think that the extra one that still has to dry, I might just keep it for later and use it as white. But you know what? I just bought a green pumpkin like 2-3 weeks ago. And do you know it's turned almost entirely orange? I thought it was going to stay green, but I'm like, I feel a little bamboozled. That's okay. Carletta is asking, how long does it take to dry? So that's a great question, and I'll be happy to answer that. It depends on the type of stencil that you're using. If you're using a stencil that has small little details, like for example, if it just had these little like twisties and these little leaves on it, it'd probably take under an hour to dry. But because it's got some larger sections, it could take longer. And you don't want to actually touch the gel while it's drying because, spoiler, you don't know if it's dry or not yet. And if you touch it and it's not dry, you're going to kind of ruin what you're wanting to use. So my recommendation is if you're crafting and you're able to let your project dry overnight, let your panels with your Blanco dry overnight in an undisturbed place. And when I say undisturbed, an area of your home where maybe a cat's not going to be able to jump up on a counter, where like you're not going to have to like turn around and knock it over. But I would try to let it dry overnight just to be safe. Otherwise, a stencil like this, I'm going to anticipate somewhere around 1 to 2 hours would be my guess. But I could be wrong. It could be a little sooner. I didn't time it, so I apologize. All right, let's see. And Lorraine asked about the dry time too. And then Kelly thinks the white is pretty. Absolutely. And great for glitter gel. Absolutely, Angela. Lois, how do you clean the stencil after you pixie spray it? So from what my use is with the pixie spray, I don't actually remove the pixie spray. I clean my stencils like normal, which is with warm water and Dawn dish soap. And that gets all of my main residue off of that I'm crafting with, like inks and any sort of larger residues. But I kind of like to leave my stencils a little on the tackier side because it doesn't bother when I'm crafting. And then the next time I go to use it, it's already a little sticky and helps with my project. So I don't really have a way that you can fully remove the pixie spray. I feel like you might be able to use like a Goo Gone or something, like a spray. That may be helpful, but I can't vet that method because I haven't done it yet. So, all right, let's get into some foiling. So what we're going to go ahead and do is I've got the Laura Kelly Carrot Orange Foil Transfer Sheets, and this is going to be one of the products also included in tonight's giveaway, along with that Transfer Gel Blanco and the Pixie Tape. So what you guys are going to get for the giveaway tonight is you're going to get that Deco Foil Flock in the Teal Waters. You're going to get a package of this Carrot Orange Laura Kelly foil. You're going to get that Turquoise Sea Glitz Glitter Gel. You're going to get a roll of Pixie Tape and the Deco Foil Transfer Gel Blanco. So what we're going to go ahead and do is I've got my craft carrier sheet all ready to go. And I'm going to make my sandwich. I like the orange too. It works perfect with the... it just works perfect with this card. But I also thought one of the Gina K turquoise teals would have been really pretty with this too. I almost went towards that. And thank you, Lorraine. I think it's an awesome giveaway as well. I think whoever wins is going to have a good stash of products. All right, so let's go ahead and transfer it through my laminator. My laminator has been heated up for, about a half an hour right now or so. Cindy, I agree. I think that the ThermOWeb giveaways are always generous. It's always such a nice selection or a great amount to shop the store with. So absolutely. Delina, all you have to do is to comment during the live. We are going to pick from the people who've commented in tonight's live and find a winner towards the end of the Facebook Live. And Julia is going to go ahead and pull that for us. Hello, Tina. Thanks so much for joining, friend. Patricia says, I need to find a good tape for my crafting. Patricia, this pixie tape is amazing. I absolutely love it. It's very much almost like a washi tape to me, but like has a little bit better of a hold, but it's still a temporary adhesive, so, or low tack as they would call. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's remove and do a peel reveal. All right, y'all. Ooh, that's perfect. And look at this. I'll show you the negative in a minute, but ooh, look at that. Just gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous pumpkins. Just showing you guys, just giving some time for that light to catch. Oh, I love it. And then look first, I'm going to show you guys too. Look at the negative. That I'm going to be able to use this on a toner sheet, or I could use this as a shaker window. And I just think this would be really, really pretty to use as well. So I'm excited to use this for a future project. I'm going to set this and save it aside for later. So, all right, so we're kind of getting close towards the, not the end of the live, but we're kind of getting into the assembly phase of everything. So, let's see. My little flock rectangle is ready to be used. So let me go ahead and take my scissors. I want to just trim off the excess glitz gel from the edges. Just like this. Just to make it, give it a little bit more of a cleaner look. Does the flock sheet work the same way? So the flock sheet, Angela, so it's not going to have that shine. So because a flock is like almost like a fuzzy velvety material, so it will transfer, and when you pull it away, it will just have fuzzy pumpkins, which would be absolutely adorable because we've got our orange glow of our Decofoil transfer flock. We also, you could use the neon orange. Was it outrageous orange? I forget what the orange glow. It's orange glow. That would look really cool. You can also use the Blanco with enamel. The orange glow enamel would also be really awesome to use with this. But flocks would be perfect. I mean, you know what'd be really pretty though is like either if you wanted to do white flock or even black flock and give it like that buffalo plaid sort of feel. Oh, I would love that too. So let's go ahead. Let's get into a little bit of layering. So what we're going to do is I have another stitched sentiment all ready to go. I heat embossed this sentiment in white embossing powder. This is from the Falling For You stamp set by Newton's Nook Designs. I love this stamp set so much. I saw it on the website a couple weeks ago and I'm like, I have to have this. It says, every year I fall for autumn leaves, apple cider, hay rides, pumpkin spice, and you. And I just think it's so, so sweet to give to a loved one, especially your special someone. And I mean, it even says pumpkin spice in the name, so it's kind of perfect for this Facebook Live tonight. So what we're going to do, though, just to give it a little bit of distress, is we're going to go in with some Peacock Feathers Distress Oxide ink, and we're just going to blend the edges. It's just so cute, and it's like a cute little 3x4 stamp set. It's got a couple embellishment images, actually, that I will be using to finish up the card tonight. So, just perfect. All right. And then because I ink blended over embossing powder, I'm just going to go ahead and wipe it away. Cleans up really nicely, just like that. All right, so let's go ahead, start assembling our card. I'm gonna use some of my Ultra Bond adhesive. This is the 6-ounce size, but it does come in a 1 and a 2 ounce as well. But the 6 ounce is the best value. So if you want the best value, you go for the big one. Otherwise, The 1 ounce is perfect for travel, and the 2 ounce is perfectly in between. All right, so let's go ahead, line this up. Perfect. All right. I think I always kind of fidget with it. I love using the Ultra Bond adhesive because it doesn't immediately become permanent. You can kind of shift your things around until they're in the right space, and then you just kind of let it set and it becomes a permanent adhesive. I love it. Oh, Angela just got some of the orange glow. That's awesome. I know it is kind of hard to cover up the pumpkins. I agree. So let's go ahead. We're going to use some of the iCraft 3D foam tape. I'm getting it ready off camera because I want to give this a little bit of pop. Can the Ultra Bond adhesive be used on mixed media that includes wood? You know what? Let me read really quickly. It doesn't say that it's exclusively for paper crafting, but to be entirely honest, that is all I have used it for. So I don't know if it works well with other mediums. I don't know, Julia or Dawn, if you guys have any insight for mixed media projects using Ultra Bond, but I don't want to steer anyone in the wrong way. I agree, Kelly. The turquoise really is beautiful. So you can use the duo gel and foil on the flock. You can use duo. Yep. You can use the duo gel, can be used for flock. Duo gel can be used for foil. Duo gel can just not be used for enamel because the enamel needs that white backing to it. So it's good for almost anything, the duo is, except the enamel. But the enamel line is very limited, and it's the neon colors, so you may not even have that in your stash already. All right, so let's go ahead. We'll put this into place, and I love that that argyle pattern is just kind of peeking through. All right, just like that. Perfect. Oh, Julie, I'm so glad. And Dawn says it would work on wood. Thank you so much, Dawn. See, I'm glad I didn't just jump to conclusions. So, all right, let's go ahead and start piecing this together. So I'm going to use this little pumpkin. Let's go ahead, just get a piece of foam tape. I left my smaller scissors somewhere else. Oh, well. All right, and then we're gonna do so I've got a little bit of foam tape, but I'm also gonna do a little bit of liquid glue. Now, while I'm putting all the final touches on my card, I wanted to talk to you guys about something special, you know, a little sneak or something, I don't know what you wanna call it, little hints and bits and bobs of info. I can't give away too much information, but with November right around the corner, we've got something up our sleeves, us over here at ThermOWeb, that we're really excited to share with you guys. All I can tell you is that we've got a hot new release coming your way the week of November 14th. So be sure to keep an eye out. I know that there's going to be some really fun events planned for that week, like, you know, another Facebook Live with me. I'm already planning what I'm going to be doing with you guys for our new release. I know that the paper education team is getting ready for some fun as well. So keep an eye out. I'm sure more details are going to come your way very soon. But I can't wait to show you guys what we've got up our sleeves. It's going to be awesome. Lynn has a question. I purchased a number of Decofoil colors, the kind were rolled up in a tube, probably 2 years ago, and didn't use much of it. What type of shelf life does foil have? Honestly, Lynn, that's a perfect question. I've got some foils that are probably 2 years or older right now, and as long as your foil isn't wrinkled, and that doesn't really even play a factor into shelf life, it should still work fine. Even if it's older, I don't think Decofoil has a shelf life, especially something like 2 years. That doesn't sound too terrible. So as long as it hasn't been, like, I don't want to use the word tampered with, but as long as it's like not wrinkled or anything, you really should be okay. And I agree, it is a great question. And Julie, I don't have any sneak peeks. But I'm sure there will be sneak peeks coming your way soon. But I can promise you that during my Facebook Live that week, I'm going to be giving you a sneak at everything. Because, I mean, don't we like seeing all the things? I know that doesn't fully help, but it'll be here soon enough, I promise. All right, and then one more little leaf. That's a great tip for Lynn. So Julia says to make sure you use a lint-free cloth to wipe them off when you use them, and then you should be good. So that's good to know. So that always helps. Anytime you're using any of the foils, it's always nice just to wipe them off. It gives you like that extra layer of security when you're using it. So, all right, let's get this onto a card base, and then we're going to be all finished up. A little bit of a quicker live tonight, but I'm not mad about that when the card is this cute. So let's go ahead. Got my card base ready to go. Get my Ultra Bond. Oop, of course, now it's on my finger. But that's okay. Kind of move it around a little bit. All right, y'all, I think we're good. Super, super cute. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Thank you so much. Julie, oh, you're so sweet, Julie. Thank you. So let's go ahead. Let's put the cards side by side. Just kind of do a little bit of a comparison. I did pretty good. It's pretty spot on. Always little changes here and there, but it's pretty darn close to each other. So this is the one we made tonight. This is the one that I had made up in advance. Let's kind of go over everything that we used for tonight. So what we did is we created a pumpkin spice card. We'll talk about our background first. We went ahead and used the pumpkin patch stencil from Newton's Nook Designs over a oxide ink blended background, and we did a layer of the transfer gel blanco. And then after it was set, we went ahead and we put it through with a heat transfer method with the Laura Kelly Carrot Orange foil transfer sheets. We used the little bits and bobs from our sentiment set of Falling for You, which is where all the little images came from. And we used some turquoise sea glitz glitter gel on top of our teal waters flock to have a fun little textured piece in the background. So yeah, and then we put everything together. Super, super cute. You guys are so sweet. Oh my God, so many wonderful compliments. You guys are so wonderful. I see that we've got a couple questions. What do you do with cards you make on your lives? I save them. I save my cards. I have a lot of different things that I do with them. I like to send them to my friends. So I actually have a pile right now that I'm saving to send into ThermOWeb just because I've got a couple duplicates and I wanted to make sure if they needed them for anything that I can send them their way. Sometimes I sell them depending on the situation, but it just kind of depends. But I'm going to be keeping one of these, or you know what, probably one of these is going to my husband because we love fall. It's our favorite season of the year. We got married in fall. We went on our honeymoon in fall. We did our engagement photos at Yosemite in California in the fall, in the valley. It was just, it was gorgeous. So I got this stamp set so I could make a card for my husband. But really, I thought it would be perfect to also use it for a Facebook Live as well because it fit this week's theme perfectly. So you guys are wonderful. Delina says, my sister-in-law has a coffee shop. She would love it. Oh, I'm sure. This is just perfect for coffee people. Oh, Patricia, you're so sweet. Thank you. And Kelly, yes, Kelly. Perfect. Love everything fall. I am the same way. Oh, thank you so much, Lorraine. And then perfect anniversary card. Why not make it match the season? You are right, Julia. So maybe I could just save this and every year make the same sentiment on my card for him for his anniversary. I don't know if I'm going to be able to hold out, though, to wait until next year to give this to him. We'll see, though. But yes, this is absolutely going to, one of these is going to go to my husband. I don't know where the other one's going to go. Delina says Yosemite Valley is gorgeous. Great location for a wedding. We actually saw the chapel that's in the Yosemite Valley when we were taking pictures, and that's where our photographer had us take some of them. We didn't get married there, but the engagement photos were wonderful. All right. So a little bit to go over. Julia's posting the link for tonight's live. It's got everything ready to go. And it's got everything listed out if you guys want to get some shopping on. I've got all the links for the products I use today. If you love any of the ThermOWeb products, you can head over to that blog link and do your shopping. I also have the non-ThermOWeb products that I use linked below the ThermOWeb products on the blog post. So if you guys love the stamp set and the stencil, you're going to be able to find all that there. Okay. And Debbie says, what was the sentiment you used? The sentiment I used, I think I left the stamp set over on my kitchen. No, it's right here. The stamp set that I use is called Falling For You, and it's by Newton's Nook Designs. And it says, every year I fall for autumn leaves, apple cider, hay rides, pumpkin spice, and you. And it's got these little leaves. It's got this coffee cup. It's got this pumpkin. And then it's got this little bit of a steam coming from your mug as well. So... oh my gosh, so many people with Yosemite. You guys, it's wonderful there. I have a thing for national parks. It's kind of like me and my husband's, like, one of our favorite things to do while traveling is to visit whenever we can see a national park. And Yosemite has probably been my favorite to date. So, all right. So I think we're ready to talk about our giveaway. So just to remind you guys, for our giveaway tonight, we are giving away a prize pack. It's going to be the Teal Waters Decofoil Flock. It's going to be the Laura Kelly Transfer Foil in Carrot Orange. You're going to get that Turquoise Sea Glitz Glitter Gel. You're going to also get a roll of our Pixie Tape, which comes, this is about a full size. This one hasn't been used yet. So just to show you guys, I've been using this one for a couple months. So this is what it looks like when you've used it a lot. This is what it looks like when you get it brand new. And you'll also be getting a jar of the Transfer Gel Blanco as well, which is 4 fluid ounces. It's a great size. It'll last you for a handful of projects, I promise. So I know Julia's going to go ahead and she's going to go ahead and get a winner pick shortly. And Delina, do you have a national park passport to get stamped in each? I don't, but what my thing is, whenever I go to a national park, Delina, I always look to go to one of the stores in the park so I can just buy an enamel pin. So that's my thing. And we've got a winner. Our winner tonight is Barbara Ann Conway Myers. Oh my goodness, congratulations, Barbara. Thank you so much. So Barbara, what I'm going to go ahead and do after we close out tonight's live, I'm going to go ahead and find your Facebook profile and I'm going to send you a message, and I just got to get a little bit of information from you first, and we can begin the process of getting your prize out to you. So be on the lookout for my Facebook message. You'll be getting that sometime after tonight's live. I'll try to make it as soon as I can. But yes, oh my goodness. So thank you guys so much for being here. Once again, I'm Justin Adkins. I'm part of the paper education team here at ThermOWeb, along with one of the Facebook craft room group admins as well. So you see me a lot. I know we try to plan a lot of fun things for our group members, and I know that these lives are always a big hit with you guys, so we're always happy to do them. Be sure to stay tuned. Next week, we are shifting gears from fall, and we are going into our winter holidays. So I have another Facebook Live coming up with you next week on Wednesday, same time of 7 p.m. Central Time. I'm going to be getting a little bit more flocky with that Facebook Live. Still in the process of finalizing the card I'm making, but let me just tell you, it's going to look delicious. So we're shifting gears to winter holidays, and I'll make sure to get an event going for next week. So remember, we've got a brand new product release coming your way the week of November 14th. We can't wait to share with you what the hot new release is going to be. We think you guys are going to absolutely love what we have in store for you, and I'm going to have another live for you that week. And then don't forget, we still have our Facebook challenge for the craft room group for the month of October going on right now. Submit your Halloween themed projects into the challenge album by the end of the day on the 31st, and we're going to pull a winner to win a $31 gift certificate to go shopping on the ThermOWeb gift card. So yeah, oh my gosh, it is right around the corner, isn't it, Julia? Oh, it's right here. So thank you guys so much for being here again. You guys are absolutely awesome. As much as like you guys enjoy these lives, what I enjoy, it makes me so happy, is being able to be here with all of you. So I'm so glad to be here. We'll look forward to seeing you guys on the next live. And if you ever have any questions, don't hesitate to comment, even if this is a replay, and just tag me. Thank you guys so much. We will see you a week from today for our next Facebook Live, and have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday night. Goodbye.